Hey guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com talking about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about a shrine or an altar in your home and how that can help you elevate your consciousness and raise your vibration and essentially kind of aid you on the path of spiritual growth. It's funny, as I took a recent trip to Italy, and I love museums and art and everything, and so I was looking at some of that and studying and researching some important concepts and ideas too. But one thing that came up on my radar, it reminded me, because I used to study art history and I studied Roman history and everything, but it was that everybody had a household shrine. It was a common thing. And back in the day, back then, they had shrines to, the goddesses. Goddess worship was a big deal. And I digress, but one thing that did come up, I just want to share, it was very interesting and cool too, is the realization that Mary, when Christianity came along, Mary ended up being a symbol that embodied like the energy of different goddesses. So while on one hand in these times we think of her as like the mother of the Christ, back then when she became this figure that became worshipped, she symbolically like adopted all of the traits of the mother goddess, or the great female, the goddess. So when you think of her, think of all the energy and power behind all of that. And it's very, very cool. And it's probably part of why there's such a charge there too. So many people actively still pray to her. She's alive and vibrant, but it's like an image, and then there's like a deity, a goddess, and then within that are all the other goddesses. So she stands for all of that. But back to the altar, and I'm sorry I like went off on that little tangent, but I just thought it was really interesting. But back to the altar thing. It's funny. I don't have like what I would say like this is my sacred space, but the funny thing is like this bookcase that I sit in front of is like my altar. So I have little things on it that are important to me, like my Shiva Nataraja right here, and I have my little Buddha here. I have an angel up here that's kind of cut off, you can't really see. Amethyst over here, and then I've got all these books that I really love. And when there's something on here or here like that doesn't go, like maybe a piece of something, or just put it there, it feels off. I'm like, wait, that's junky, and that's cluttering this space. But when I look at this, it makes me feel focused and at peace. And so what you can do if you'd like to bring this into your home, think of a place that would be appropriate. I have friends that have like huge altars like right in their living room. It's like, oh damn, that's like a mega altar right there. And some have little corners and nooks. And there's so many things you can do, and it's such a fun thing to do. Oh, I forgot to say, I have a candle burning right up there too. I really like candles. So anyway, but yeah, people usually do, they're like, okay, I'm going to put a candle on my altar. So you have like a candle, and then you can have a picture of somebody. Actually, yeah, there's a painting right here that my mom painted before she died. So I got that professionally framed, and I have that here just to remind me of her. And it's a painting of someone in India, and I'm half Indian, so that like is cool. But so some people will have like you can have a candle, and then perhaps an image of somebody that you love. A lot of people put images of holy spiritual avatars. So I was talking about Mother Mary before, and I'd love to bring some of her energy just into my home. I think maybe I will get like a Mary painting or something. Having the image though of someone that inspires you. So whoever it is, if it's a guru in India, if it's a someone that's in the whatever pantheon or thing you're into, have an image of that to remind you of their grace and strength, can be very charging, and it can raise your vibration. Now I mentioned the candle, it's just like, candles, but the other thing about it is, though, by lighting that flame, you're creating this sort of like, you're lighting your inner flame. So there's a very beautiful spiritual principle to that too. Don't leave it burning when you're not there. But lighting that is very symbolic and holy. You can have images of family members who've passed. I have trouble with that, because I feel like once they're gone, you want to let them go live their lives. But so many people have them as spirit guides too, or as like deceased, ancestral guides or whatever, that it's like, well, okay, so you could put a picture of someone that like you want to have them guide you, or feel like, if you feel like they already have a presence in your life and help you. You can put a statue of something you love, or of angels, or a feather to symbolize angel energy. You can also have like a little container or vessel of water, and think of that as an offering to your guides, and your unseen, like, friends and angels who are helping you on your path. A spiritual teacher I like a lot suggested having a little flower and putting it on your altar as a gift to your guides, and as a token of gratitude. In certain religions, they'll put offerings of like a fruit, or like oranges, and burn incense at the altar. It's an offering to the deities, to the gods and goddesses and guiding forces. And then some pray at their altars. It's a place where you sit down and you meditate in front of it. Of course, no altar would be complete without a crystal or stone or two. So if you are into that you can put those on your altar to like charge the energy and keep the vibration high. And anything that you want to have blessed, make it in your consciousness like this space where you're going to put blessings, or put things to be blessed, and it kind of creates an energy of blessing. Jewelry, mala beads, rosaries, any kind of spiritual thing. You can have essential oils on there, maybe even just like the oil sitting there, and then when you go to your altar to light the candle and to say a prayer, you can take the oil and put it on your pulse points, or just breathe it in. Or they say that certain oils like attract certain energies. So, and it's pretty high vibration. So if you want to, what I can remember off the top of my head is rosemary is really good for bringing in like high level, like fairy energy, and like, good vibes, heightening your psychic awareness as well. So that's kind of the idea of it in a nutshell. Any other token or sacred special thing to you that you want to have put on there. Some people take it a step further and have it facing a certain direction. You can do a lot with candle work, laying out your candles in a certain format. That's a very Kabbalistic kind of thing, but I'm not super well versed on that, so I'm not going to talk about it. If I were to build an altar that way, I would like research it and then like go build it like that. So if you're interested in going deeper into it, just research like how to build it. Because in Kabbalah, you actually have all your instruments. You have your your stuff. I don't want to get into all that because it's like a whole other thing. And this video is about to be wrapped up. So thanks for watching. And I've got a lot of workshops and meditations and fun things on my website at krishanti.com. So check it out. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.